Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing good today. Today I am going to show you how I made this simple asymmetric top. I used 2.5 meters of organza fabric, and that is because I doubled the layer. If this is your first time on this channel, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe, like and share, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Let's get to it. I have folded my fabric. So I am going to show you how I folded it using this paper. Here is what I did. This is 2.5 meters of organza and it is by 60, just this way. So I folded it into two first and then again into two. And that is because I want the front pattern and the back pattern to be 2 layers each because it is a see-through fabric. But if you want it to be 1 layer, just the usual way, fold your fabric once. Don't fold it the second time. But for me, I'm folding it again and then you fold it this way. So this is what I have. This folded part is what I have here. And this top part is also folded. Now I can leave this aside. This is going to be the center front and the center back. First, take the vertical measurements from the top to my waistline, 15.5. And then I'm also going to take the length. The length is 23, so I'm just going to use this length. I think I should cut this bottom part out. The length is by 23 inches, which is fine. Now draw this into a straight line. This is my waistline, shoulder to waist and shoulder to the hem. For the neck width, I'll use 4.5. And for the neck depth, I'll use 3.75. Mind you, the front and the back neckline will have the same dimension. This is my neckline. For the sleeve, it depends on how long you want it to be. For me, what I have here is about 28 inches, which is fine. I'll use the whole of the 28 inches so that we will have enough to fold inward. But if you want it shorter, then you can take a shorter length. Draw it into a straight line. Now on the hem of the dress, I am going to get my hips measurement divided by 4. My hips measurement is 42 divided by 4. I have 10.5. Had some extra allowance. Let me use 2 inches allowance. So that will be 12.5. Now from this mark, go upward by 4 inches. And then on this line, this is the waistline, go up by about 1 inch. Then I'll connect this 4-inch mark up to here. We are done with this part. Now I am going to cut so that we can concentrate on the neckline. So when you're cutting, you can cut the exact thing you have because we already added seam and ease allowance to this part. Lift the first 2 layers up and pin the other one as well because we're going to open up the fabric and we don't want it to shift. Notch any part so that your sewing can align. Now before I open it up, I'm going to cut this out, the neckline. Cut 0.25 inch above. You can notch the middle part. Now open it up. So because this dress has the same neckline at the front and at the back, and it has the same dimension all through, you do not need to determine where you want the asymmetric neckline to be, whether to the left or to the right, because you can wear it to the front and you can wear it to the back and change the neckline. Okay, remember we marked 5 inches here. Now I am going to increase it by 3 inches and then I'll connect from the mid part to the 3-inch mark. If you want it wider, then you can increase it as much as you want. Now cut it out, 0.25 inch above. Now the next thing we're going to do is to sew. The sewing part is very simple. Remember I told you that I'm going to have 2 layers for the front and 2 layers for the back. So this is it. It's 2 layers each. I'll have to cut this bottom part open. Now to sew, lift up the first two, and then I'm going to sew all around using a 0.25 inch sewing allowance. But if you did not use 2 layers for yours, then you can just use a bias tape for the neckline. Here I have sewn it. Now notch. After notching and trimming the neck, you know, this 2 is for the top, this 2 is for the bottom. But in order to turn it, because I have sewn the neck, I'm going to take the first layer and then I'm going to turn the clothes inside. Put the first layer inside. Okay, so this is what I have now. Just the way it is now. First, I'm going to understitch it. After understitching, I'm going to iron and ensure it is flat. Then you're going to work on the sleeves. So guys, I have understitched. I understitched to the inside of the fabric. So because of the way I understitched it, this is going to be my wrong side and this is going to be the right side. So because of the nature of this fabric, it is very, very light and it frays a lot. I am going to do a French seam. This is what it looks like. It helps to conceal your seams and it is usually very, very neat on the inside. So this is the right side of my fabric. Now I am going to sew from here straight here on the right side and as well from here straight here on the right side with a 0.25 inch seam allowance. Now I have sewn it on the right side and I have trimmed the excess as well. Now the next thing is to turn it to the wrong side. Remember, this method is usually used for lightweight fabrics. You see what the wrong side looks like now. Iron it, ensure it is flat. Then you're going to put this together like this. And then you sew from the top to the bottom. When sewing, you have to ensure that the seam, this tiny seam, is inside what you're sewing. Alright, so you sew from the top to the bottom. So guys, I have sewn it. This is the wrong side. I sewed very close to the edge. I ensure that the seam is tucked in. Now if I turn it to the right side, this is what it is going to look like on the right side. So you see it is very neat. I do not need an overlocker to do this. So when you're making lightweight fabrics, you do not need an overlocker to finish the seam. You can use this method. It is very neat on the outside. It is neat on the inside as well. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to put an elastic on my sleeve. Like we always do when you want to put an elastic, I'll first make an elastic casing. Because I have 2 layers, I can do a basting stitch first just to hold it down. Then I'm going to fold it in 2 times, iron it, and then you sew. Leave a space of about 2 inches, 3 inches, and then pass through the elastic. Same on this side. And on the hem, if you want to leave it like this, you can leave it. But if not, then you can also do the same. You do an elastic casing, leave about 3 inches opening, put in your elastic with a safety pin, and then you complete your sewing. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. If it was helpful, please subscribe, like and share, and drop your comment as well. And also you can ask your questions if you do not understand anything. Till we see again next time, please take care of yourself. Bye.